Okay, I think this is good. Hello,
Hey,
everyone. I tried my best to get everything working before
what time
time,
does
but
it start? Well, it's starting right now.
somebody probably commented
Yeah.
during the uh,
Oh, I got you. Okay.
scheduled post.
I like how you have it automatically translated. That's great. Or maybe it's set up on my end like that. I don't know.
No, it does. It should automatically translate
Okay.
everything, but I didn't know that. Anyway,
Yeah.
welcome everyone. I'm Lonnie.
I'm Amberlicious.
Our voices are not coming through at all. I
No.
mean, we are, but hold on. I'm gonna hook it up on the other side. All right. I mean, that's 1,000 times better.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. I guess our audio is gonna be crap until I can find out something better to
I
do.
mean, I just turned it up and it sounded fine.
Oh, okay.
I tried
Well,
telling you that, and obviously you don't listen. So.
it just don't look good on the thing. Anyway, we're uh Untitled Nerd Network, brought to you by Infinity Flux and your local Satanist out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. Here for the Spoiling Dead, our Walking Dead review.
Yay.
It's going to be the episode 126th episode of The Walking Dead, titled Bounty, which is the 11th episode of season 9.
Yep.
And, oh, man, this is just,
This
oh,
was a very intense episode.
yeah, there was just a lot of build up, and it's looking like we are. I think, like, here's the thing, we've got 5 more episodes left. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 5 episodes, and it's. I really think unless they just take a complete time out from what's going on with the hilltop and the kingdom, unless they just totally time out from that and spend an episode or two in Alexandria, the story's pacing at a rate that we're going to see the border fence either next episode or the episode after. That's the pacing that the TV
Okay.
show's doing in regards to the comic story. I don't know. They've all but ignored Alexandria the last like 2 episodes,
Yeah, they have.
and the whole Negan story and everything. So I think we might see some transition. I don't know. There's seriously 5 episodes left, and I can't really comprehend how they're gonna.
Spread it out.
Yeah, like I
I
don't.
mean, they might do it completely different than what's in the comic, too. I mean, as far as timelines go, I'm not saying they're not going to do the border fence. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah,
But as far as timelines go,
yeah. I mean, they have kind of changed some things up like that. I think it wouldn't surprise me. I've heard that there's rumor going around that they're going to change. They're going to show some of Negan's origin story. It wouldn't surprise me if there's maybe an episode devoted
to that,
just to him telling the
Yeah.
story. Um,
between getting to the border fence and.
it wouldn't surprise me if he's like maybe Michonne goes in there and talks to him about why he escaped and what happened, and then he tells her the story of how his wife died and how he
Yeah,
came to lead the Saviors.
that makes sense. That makes a lot of
Um,
sense.
who knows? That's just we haven't really even talked about this episode yet.
No, we're just theorizing everything.
Yeah, the this episode basically had 2 stories. The main one, of course, was Daryl and Alpha going
Facing
back and
off.
forth
Yeah.
on whether they were going to get Lydia back. There was some really big build up on that. The Whisperers had a baby with them, which, I guess they reproduce just like anybody else.
Well, I mean, you talked about how they force themselves on the women.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
it's
of course
not
babies are going to happen.
Yeah, babies are going to happen.
They ended up not.
Hey, kitty.
Hey, kitty. There was no bloodshed or anything this time around. They're building to that, though.
Zombies, though. Ooh,
Yeah,
lots of zombie blood. That was great.
Lots of zombies died in this one. They brought up, of course, they showed it in the previous episode, like next episode thing.
Mm-hmm.
They did a where Luke and the other guy were like they were going.
Alden.
Yeah, they were held hostage.
Luke and Alden.
Okay, yeah. Alden. They were held hostage by the Whispers, and they offered them two as a trade for Lydia, and Alpha wanted her daughter back.
Right.
And then they finally give in and send her out, but Henry has run away with her because he doesn't want her to go back to the abuse.
Mm-hmm.
And so they finally, Enid, and I don't know who that other girl is. She's just suddenly popped up.
She's just like a neighborhood kid,
Yeah.
I don't remember her name.
She popped up. I don't think they ever gave it, to be honest. She popped up and then, brought Henry and Lydia back. Lydia goes back willingly, but once they hand her over, Alpha, she's like, oh, thanks for coming back for me, Mom. And Alpha slaps her and was like, you called me Alpha like all the others.
Yeah.
And, Daryl's sitting there watching.
She can't have herself humanized in front of her cult followers. Yeah.
Pretty much. Kitty said we look exhausted.
Thanks. Appreciate that. You know what that means. It's a nice way of saying, hey, you look like shit. No,
we
I am really tired. It's been a long weekend.
It's for anybody who's watching this and isn't totally down with what we've been up to this weekend. We've been at Connuga in Chattanooga, Tennessee. It's been a 3-day con.
I'm yawning.
You got there later in the day, Friday.
I did.
I was there at about noon.
But I worked all day before I got there.
Yeah,
Please keep that in mind.
Yeah, you did. You worked all day. I showed up around 12 after doing Whisker. You went to Whisker Jam too the night before.
Yes, I went to Whisker Jam the night before too.
Yeah, so we've really just been going nonstop.
No, you guys were out later Friday than I was. But still, I'm getting a little old. Just a little bit.
Who is commenting as Untitled Nerd Network?
It's Mark. Because it says Mark is watching.
Are you sure? Because Mark doesn't watch The Walking Dead.
Well, he's tuning into our recap, so...
Okay, I guess he has been watching it.
Maybe, I don't know.
Somebody has been. But yeah,
Who else would have said that?
I'll go ahead and say that the talk about the symbol on the sign... that happened at the tail end of right after Ezekiel's like, oh, everything's going to start going good now, which is famous last words.
Kiss of death.
No. The symbol on the sign is where they were leaving the town after getting the
yeah, when they was leaving the movie theater, and they had a sign on back, a symbol on the back of one of the street signs.
Yeah. There was a symbol. I'm honestly thinking that is marking Whisperer territory.
Yeah. Has to be.
It doesn't seem like spray paint is a thing that they would do, but yeah, it was probably a Whisperer sign. I really think...
I wouldn't put anything past them, though, even though that doesn't seem like a thing they would do.
I think that most, if not all, of the people in that group is going to get caught by the Whisperers. And those people are going to be the border wall.
Grant watches. That's why Mark watched.
Oh, okay.
Just thought I'd clarify.
But yeah, I hate it. But I, honest to God, think that everybody in that party is going to be on the pike.
Yeah, I don't want it to be, but
I don't.
But just for the simple fact that the symbol was there, it feels like foreshadowing. It feels that way. If it's not that way, I don't know. I have no idea.
Because I'm just saying, look, they're showing them out on that mission for a reason.
Yeah.
On the mission to bring hope to the communities
Yep.
and all this stuff.
Yeah,
And
so you can cry about it just a little more.
yeah,
But on the other hand, at least the king and queen can die together. Maybe hold hands.
I'll go ahead and tell you, there's gonna be there's gonna be a flashback where, well, I don't.
Poor
I don't,
Mark. He's like, I don't know how to change this.
It's fine.
It's not a big
At
deal.
least we know what's going
We're
on.
here, so we know it's you.
So what they've got is see, I wanted to. It's been my prediction over the past week that Carol was going to be the one that died.
Yeah.
But I don't see her telling Ezekiel, "Run and save yourself," and him leaving.
Exactly.
So
he will not leave her behind. I'll be very shocked if he did.
I could see him sending her away.
Yeah.
But I don't see them putting Carol through another major loss like that.
She won't be able to take it.
The fact that she has
grown out.
I'm sorry, but her storyline's over.
Yeah.
It is. She came
full circle.
She did. She's fully recovered. She's happy. She's gonna die. That's just the way it works. He's gonna die. Ezekiel's gonna die just for the simple fact that he died in the comics. I think the king dying and all that is gonna be a big rallying cry for the kingdom, and that's gonna cause all the other communities to offer, "Oh, we're sorry for the kingdom now because all of their head people died. Come on in and join us."
True.
And it's going to bring the communities together. Carol dying, that her story's over, but that's really going to cause Daryl to flip out and start the war hardcore.
Yep. He's already kind of there.
Yeah.
He took off and the deaf girl followed him.
Yeah.
Which I think they're going to be a good team anyway, so.
Yeah, because he's got the dog there too.
Right, and they're both very headstrong.
Mm-hmm.
So, I really like her. She's become one of my favorites. Just because of how stubborn she is. Mark said he thought Jerry was going to die. I think
Jerry's going to die.
Yeah,
They're the one thing, they don't set a death up for the same episode before the end of the season, and I'm still saying, like, I want them to do the I don't know, like, I'm to the point now where I think we're gonna see the border marking before the season finale. Unless they're legit gonna have to spend at least 2 episodes on something completely different. Because in the comic books, this was seriously the last episode, or the last book, the last issue before that happened. And I don't know.
He said he liked Dog better than Henry.
I mean, that's kind of how it works.
Oh, Henry's just a kid.
Most of us like the animals in the show. Like, yeah. I got more upset over Shiva the tiger dying than I have any other character.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, at least when Abraham died, it was funny in a way because of what he said to Negan. But
that was great. That was the perfect way for him to go out, with the way he talked all the freaking time.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we had all that, and then we had Kingdom, which was like Jerry, Carol, Ezekiel, and like 2 or 3 other people. They went out to basically get some supplies and stuff. They ended up going to get a projection bulb to show a movie during the upcoming fair. It ended up not being as difficult. It was just, this was basically them just setting up for bad things in the future, showing how happy everybody was, how easy everything's going. Oh, everything's so much better now.
Oh yeah,
everything's going so good.
Yeah.
Nothing can go wrong. And I wouldn't be surprised if this is the last time we're going to see any of them.
Probably.
Next time we see them, it's going to be.
Freaking think about it.
You know what's
You know
what's even worse in the comics?
What?
Because, Rick was the one instead of Daryl leading everything in the comics. In the comics, they had their heads on the spikes, but they weren't put out. They were reanimated. And so Rick and Carl and the other people with Rick had to go up and kill all the heads. And that was even worse. So.
It's awful.
Yeah. Oh. Like, I don't even know where to.
Henry is the new stupid Carl. Yeah, he
No,
is.
he's not. He at least has. It's sure he's gonna do some stuff that's gonna mess
Where's
things up.
Henry? They had a "Where's Henry" moment, just like, "Where's Carl?" Just now.
Well, to be honest, whenever they did the trade-off, the hostage trade-off, he was nowhere to be seen. And I actually got on Twitter and tweeted, like, hey, he was nowhere to be seen. He's probably outside the fence waiting to follow the whispers. But no, he waited until afterwards to go out at night. And, I don't know. It's going to be, I don't know. I really don't know how the next couple episodes are going. Because this next episode preview that we saw, they really alluded to we're going to see some more Alexandria next episode. So,
well, we got to see what's going on over there.
That, and we've all but forgotten Oceanside. Except for a couple of the characters. I think we may have alluded to them earlier in the
season.
Yeah.
But we've not done anything over there, though.
I mean, we never did anyway. They'd pop up for an episode and then be done.
Well, I know you're disappointed about that because they're your favorite.
Oh, I freaking hate that community.
Hate's not nice. That's a very strong word.
They're boring episodes. I'm sorry. Every time they show up, it's boring.
Well, some people say that about you, but I don't want to talk bad about you. I'd be like, no, he's all right.
I don't think Henry's that bad because
he's not.
Everything he's did, like Carl. That was just Carl being a young kid and screwing everything up. But Henry,
he is Carl's replacement. But
he is. He's Carl.
Yeah.
He is doing everything in the TV show that Carl did in the comics. Which Carl's still alive and well in the comics, and Rick is still part of the community. They really went out
they had
there.
But
yeah. But yeah, Henry at least has some really good motives. Right now, he's in love with this girl, and he's just, he doesn't want to see her abused. He's doing what everybody else should have the guts to do.
Pretty much. Which, Daryl's got the guts. He left.
Think about what would have happened if Daryl would have been like, oh, just go ahead and kill Luke and Alden. We've got Lydia. She's a kid.
God, could you imagine what the community would have done?
Yeah.
Shit.
They've already seen similar things.
Remember
when, that was like the whole, the whole thing Maggie had to deal with the blacksmith and all that crap going on. So,
Maggie's not at Oceanside, so...
Yeah, Maggie never was at Oceanside.
Yeah,
Maggie
has nothing to do with that. Sorry.
Maggie is gone to what we assume is the Commonwealth in the comics. Commonwealth is like a big community. Oceanside is not too far away, and they will be back. They're going to play a part. I'm just not really excited about it. But they have said that Maggie will be back in the series eventually, but it's probably going to be well after the Whisper War's over with. Like the Whisper War is going to probably last through most of season 10, and then there's going to be kind of a lull with like character building and things, and then we're going to find out that, hey, there's this other community, and in the comics Eugene discovered it by ham radio. He got a radio put together, and they've already Easter egged that. Was like what, last season? Yeah. They found a ham radio in an old shack or something, and he was like, oh, we need to get that and put it together. There's no telling what we could do with it. And then that was the end of it. That was all we heard.
Yeah.
So that's coming. I don't know. But this episode ended with Henry running off, trailing the Whispers, and then Daryl and, God, I can't remember the deaf girl's name. But she played a big part in that episode today. She actually saved the baby that the Whispers were going to abandon, and they gave the baby to the blacksmith and his wife. So that's going to be interesting to see where that goes.
Oh yeah, because dude spotted her, and Luke did, and he was signing to her behind his back, so she would know, hey, there's zombies coming. There's a baby over there.
I'll go ahead and tell you, and I believe in the comic books, the fact that Alpha went back for her daughter. See, the baby thing never happened.
Mm-hmm.
Baby thing never happened in the comics. But the fact that Alpha went back for her daughter and violated like every code the Whisperers had really causes the other people, especially Beta, who I believe that was who we saw in the next episode preview,
Mm-hmm.
the kind of deep voiced guy with the beard
Yeah.
and had the skin on with the longer hair. I think that instance, them outing themselves to the community in the name of getting Lydia back, that really causes a lot of the Whisperers to lose faith in her.
Oh,
And they
yeah.
kind of do a no confidence. But before she can really get voted out or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
Negan shows up. That's another thing, because I don't know, like, Negan's gonna, it would, like, if they do here's another thing. This is
Mm-hmm.
what could probably happen. This is just conjecture at this point. But
I mean, it all is.
Negan, they could let Negan out, or he could escape again or something. He could end up trying to go help. But really, Alexandria doesn't know anything about like, Negan probably isn't going to do anything in that respect until next season. But, I mean, I could, I don't know. There's like all kinds of stuff that could happen, because Negan, like, ends up killing Alpha, like, I think after the war, which is kind of weird because the Whisperer War only lasted like 6 issues.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like the Whisperer War happened, but then after the Whisperer War arc was over, they still had conflict with them for another 10 or 15 issues. But it was just like the first initial war, and then after the war was over, the Whisperers drew a gigantic crowd to Alexandria of like the biggest zombie herd you've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
And the herd just overwhelms Alexandria, knocks
Yeah.
down the walls and everything. And that was kind of the point that Negan really came into his own.
Oh, excuse me.
And Rick kind of handed the reins of the community over to him. And he was like, listen to Negan, do it. So, but anyway, I mean, that's just about all the episode and all the
Mm-hmm.
stuff that because
It did show where Jesus gave him the, like, Bill of Rights or whatever you want to call it, charter.
Yeah, and that kind of confused me a little bit because that was in the past. But
I guess they wanted to explain why he was getting a frame.
But
You know?
did it jump forward after that?
I think so.
You think the theater scene was in the present?
I think so.
It would just about have to be for
Yeah.
the killing to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, pretty much. Oh. But anyway.
What do you rate this episode?
Nine.
9.
Yeah, because it was really good. It was really good build up. It's just a great episode. But it wasn't 10. But it was just 9.5. I'm altering.
You always.
It was just a little bit short of perfection, and it wasn't like a big money episode. So it was. That's about what we were working with.
I give it a 10.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I really like this story.
So it was perfect, but not like a blockbuster, history changing
No, it
episode.
wasn't 11, but it was a 10. Like I said, I really like this story. It's really, it's bringing the scary aspect part back to it. So, I enjoy that sort of thing.
They are a lot of the episode, and especially the next episode previews. They're really marketing more as horror, as opposed to just character drama with zombies. Now it is. It's getting real.
I love it.
So yeah,
I love those masks that they wear. They're
that's
so
gonna
elaborate.
be. That's probably gonna be the people
Like,
are
they
just.
deserve, the people who make those on the show deserve an award. Like, seriously.
That would be something. Just get you some old tattered clothes and find somebody who can,
Oh,
make you
yeah.
a zombie mask and just go as. That would be.
I told you, I want one of those for Halloween.
Be pretty neat. I can see that maybe being like a future con thing. Okay. Well, I guess that's it for tonight. We
Yeah.
will The scene where it was all... Oh, yeah, the scene where she was... the deaf girl was saving the baby and running through, like, the crops.
God, that was bad ass.
Because there was just a little bit music, but it was all muffled sound.
Yeah, because she's deaf. She can't hear, but guess what? She was on her game anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
stabbing people in the
she's deaf in the zombie apocalypse. I'm sure she has learned to adapt, really.
Well, no, there was times you could tell on her face she was legit surprised.
Oh, yeah.
And...
well, she wasn't in a place where she could really watch.
No, she was hiding in the cornfield.
It's like next thing you know...
Which made it really even scarier, honest. Children of the Corn. Like... Actually, thinking about it, that's probably my favorite scene in the whole...
Betty says what's making it more scary now. The fact that up to this point we've gotten used to the zombies. Now...
Well, we haven't really seen them either.
Yeah, not recently.
They've not really had a lot of interaction. It's like you said, it's been all people. You know?
What's going on right now is we have a group of survivors called the Whisperers, who are the villain of the show right now, and they are people who wear zombie skins. So now when you see a herd of zombies coming up, you don't know if it's a person or if it's a zombie. And that has added a whole new element of suspense to the show.
It has. Oh, man.
Yeah, cornfields, babies, and zombies all together was just the trifecta of horror.
That's not a lie.
Yeah. So.
That is actually very true.
Kudos to Ashley for that.
Rosemary's Baby. You know?
Kudos to Ashley for that analysis.
I mean, it's true. She's very right.
All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and wrap. I'll be on tomorrow playing some kind of video game. Going to be back to Bendy and the Ink Machine tomorrow night, I hope. As long as I'm recovered. Like, I really want to get back on streaming tomorrow. But I'm also thinking, you know what? I may just want to lay down and do some emails. So,
Rest.
Okay, I'm not promising y'all that I'm going to be on tomorrow, but I will be on tomorrow night. We'll make that compromise, because I've got a lot of networking from con to do, and I think just sitting here typing on a computer would do me a lot better than entertaining everybody for 4 hours. So
because we've been entertaining friends all
like, apologies, but Monday is going to be Lonnie Day, and then I'll probably be back on to play some horror tomorrow night. So.
Yay!
And then also watch out for our Orville review. It's going to be part 2 of the episode Identity. It's going to be Thursday night. And
we'll be back
also
again next Sunday with this. Yay.
We just wrapped up Con Nuga, and that means that starting tonight is the countdown to Matrotham Con, which is going to be the last full weekend.
It's the last weekend of March. Yes.
Yeah, like what 22nd? I don't know. We'll start the promotion for that probably tomorrow.
In the morning.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. I'm Lonnie.
I'm Amberlicious.
And we're Untitled Nerd Network.
Yeah, that's
Tired. We're like the Tired Nerd Network right now.
Good night, everybody.
Brought to you by Infinity Flux and your local Satanis out Chattanooga, Tennessee. And we'll see everybody probably tomorrow evening after some much needed rest.